Hello, I'm Brianna. Welcome to my Life on Paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. Today is Sunday, so it's Sketch Sunday, and I will have the crew listed below. The Sketch Sunday crew is also playing along with Stretch the Sketch, where we're taking a 12 by 12 layout and either making it bigger or smaller. So I have decided to stretch it across two 12 by 12s. Now, I wanted to use my scraps and not use more than one 12 by 12 paper. With being uh, two 12 by 12s, I cut each in half. So instead of um, papering them on top of a white 12 by 12 paper, I just took this washi tape and I taped them together. They are not perfect. My camera didn't turn on at first. Um, what I did first to get them in half was I folded them in half, so give them a good score, and then I have it's like a 15-inch grid ruler, and with that I was able to tear. So I pulled it towards me, and because I did, fold it and score it in that, it gives a pretty nice tear, and you can't see much of a rip. Now, there's going to be a lot of photos on this, so you're not going to notice, how perfect or imperfect it is anyway. But I just take some old washi tape and I will piece them together just like this on the back. I just realized that I forgot to show you the sketch, so here it is. And then I want to finish up taping the back together. I'll bring both those sides together, and you can see I did kind of opposites. I got the green ones are close to my heart. The top one is a paper pad with the wreaths. And then I just bring in some scraps. Now this is another, did I use a 12 by 12 there? It's quite possible. Trying to use scraps, but I never have the right shade of blue. And then I used that plaid paper as well, which was a full 12 by 12 sheet. So after finding those two papers in my paper stash, I go ahead and trim them down, just like in the sketch, and then I'm doubling them up. And I am going to have them meet in the center. But here are my pictures, and my pictures are from, I believe it was the day after Thanksgiving when we went out, and we didn't get a family Christmas tree. We have an artificial one, but Eliza has her own apartment for the first time, and she wanted to get a Christmas tree, so she did. And my husband was not able to go up with her. He would have set up the tree, um, and he was busy, so it was her and I that got to go. And the pictures are of me sawing off the bottom of the trunk, and then getting the tree in the tree stand. And there's quite a story because we didn't take enough branches off the bottom at first, so we did have to um, once it was in the tree stand, take it down and trim off a branch and put it back up again. But we did it. So you can see the blue one is trimmed down, not as wide as the plaid, and then a little bit taller like is in the sketch. And then I will glue that to each other. And then I'm lining up pictures just to make sure it still looks right. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So the blue paper is cut the same dimensions, so is the plaid paper, and then I'll bring those photos up again just to see how it looks. I am using my ATG adhesive. Those ATG guns, I guess they call them, are back on Amazon. They are $37, and I do believe they are worth the price. I get my refills on Tape Jungle, and they're totally inexpensive. And if you wait for a sale and you get maybe a case of them, share them with a friend, they're very inexpensive for those refills, and they last a very long time. So after deciding how I want the photos to go, I will go ahead and adhere them down, and then I'm going to be looking for embellishments for the layouts. First, I'm making sure my pictures are lined up. I'm moving them around a little bit. I have these stickers from Amazon. I've used them on past layouts. They were labeled as rub-ons. They are not rub-ons. They are very, almost like a vinyl-y sticker. And once you get it down, it stays down. I went off camera and cut my banners. I've got 6 that are all the same size. And I'm thinking about how I want my embellishments to go. So I'll adhere those matted photos to the page, leaving, I don't put the adhesive on the bottom part of the photo frame because I know I want to tuck these banners up underneath them. And once I get those on, I will put a little bit more adhesive under the photo mat there. But I'm just, they all are the same thickness and the fishtail banner is the same. And then I can fit 3 under each photo frame. And at first I had them, I think I had them where they were like mirroring the banners from the other side, and then I changed them so that it goes in a pattern. Unless I was in a pattern and then I changed it. So we'll see in a little bit. I will have the Sketch Sundays crew listed below. And then I'll also have the playlist for Stretch the Sketch listed in case the whole crew is not playing along with Stretch the Sketch, so you can see them in 2 different places. I am bringing out some flair I had from my stash, and I will find, I think it's 3 different ones. I just have these random, flair that I like to get on a page. So I'm looking for ones with Christmas trees on. In the meantime, I pull out the scrap of green paper, and I'm going to take my notebook punch. Eliza's in college, so I thought that might work, even though she uses a computer and doesn't really use paper. I like my I like my punch. So I'm doing the notebook punch, and I'm gonna sneak that. I'm gonna put some in. Well, first of all, I'll cut it to the length of the photo frame, and then I put some ATG adhesive on it, and then I'll tuck it up underneath the photo mat. I was able to scrapbook all of last Christmas's photos from 2023, and I am currently working on the beginning of 2024. You'll see a lot of vacation photos from when we went to Florida last year in January. I did cut this banner too short, so I will just cut an extra piece and then sneak it in there. You're never going to notice that it's in 2 pieces there. So the next side is cut to the right length, thank goodness. So I just slide that in there. And then I will go back to those stickers that I got on Amazon. And I wanted ones that weren't super bright red because there's more of a dark red in the photos. So I'm thinking of that. And I do want something that says something to the effect of Merry Christmas. Ooh, here I'm just trimming off the edge of the notebook punch that hung over the page. So I have this great big one and I really like it. I have to trim around it because it isn't cut out from the sheet. So like all the vinyl is cut around sticker or to make it a sticker really. And I will trim off some of the background. I don't want to cover up like any of the Christmas tree because that's what it's all about, right? Um, on here it does say Airmail Europe, and then that little piece on the bottom says it looks like Russian writing, um, but it's very decorative, so it's not like you're trying to read it or anything like that. But I am going for like the perfect fit, and then once any of it sticks down, you just have to go with it because you're not getting that back up. So then I do trim off the sides, which I really wasn't going for. I was hoping to fit it all on there, but it does make it look more natural and because it flows off the page. So I'm okay with that there. So then I'm going to work, I think, on the left bottom. And I didn't know that because I was like mirroring it, but it ends up working out really well. So the reason I'm changing out the photos is because I wanted to put something up in the left corner and I wanted something that you could cover up with the sticker. So my rear end is hanging there. So I thought, oh, that's fine. I can cover that up, but it's just too much. So then this is where I decide. I'm going to put it in the left lower, which I don't realize at the time, but does give me a diagonal design. At this point, I had already grabbed some things out of my stash, and most of them aren't Christmas. Here is a green ticket, and then that light blue tickets, that's a Creative Memories punch. So I layer the other ticket on top of there, figuring that, um, you know, justifying it really, saying that, hey, when we went to the tree farm, they have like a tag on there, and then you get like a ticket to claim your tree with the tag kind of thing. So that is an LE Studio, the red, and then I layered a sticker on top of it that says laughter. And then that other green tab is from, I believe that's from Creative Memories. Then I have a circular chipboard piece with a camera on it. And I still have my scrappy bestie Becky had given me a whole bunch of arrows made from the Cricut. I still have some of those, so I get a green one in this cluster, and then I'm going to work on a cluster on the other side, or I'm working on the cluster on the other side that has a green arrow. And I want to get some flair in there, so the ones I had picked out before are now getting on the page. I use foam adhesive tape to put behind the flare. And then I still have these stickers, these puffy stickers from LE Studio, so some of those get on here. This is a random date banner, and I thought, well, as long as I have that out, it's going on here. Glue that down. I actually had it in two different blue colors, so I was trying to figure out which blue one to use. Now I'm going to glue my cluster down. I'm using ATG adhesive for the rest of the items in the cluster there, and then I will move to the cluster on the left to glue those things down. This is the perfect sketch to stretch. Now you can stretch absolutely any sketch, and it doesn't have to mirror it like I do. And the other thing is the sketch is really an inspiration, so um, you don't have to do it exactly. So you could do it one way on one side and one way on the other, which is something I have to remember since I'm so linear and so matchy matchy. Um, I just double it, but next time it would be fun to see how I could change it up on one side and the other. 2 days from now on Tuesday, I will have my base page video, so be watching for that. It'll be the last one of January, and then come February, on the first Tuesday, I'll have 4 more base pages that I'll make. The next thing that I'll do after I get these all adhered down is to get out some Nuvo drops and then just put those in, I believe, just the two clusters that I got going here. And that should be about the end of it for this layout. So I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a fabulous rest of the day. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and please come back and see me again soon.